Welcome back. Let's jump into this. It says here, that's our quote on hospitality. It goes this way. It says, true hospitality consists of giving the best of yourself to your guests. I take it again. It says, true hospitality consists of giving the best of yourself to your guest. Those are not my words, as usual, but words of Eleanor Roosevelt. You can go check her out and see all the great values that she adds in the hospitality sector. All right, let's jump straight up to our second segment, which is very important so that you don't miss anything at all. Here we talk about the key areas that has to do with our topic that focuses on that which we're talking about. And today, we're diving into hospitality sector and how it affects Nigerians, Africans, and Africa's GDP, and of course, Nigeria's GDP. And if the world will see Africa as the main destination, come what may. So our guest today that will help us analyze this and pour more light to it is someone who you need to wait and find out. So let me read out this bio for you. Mr. Alex Sidney is a seasoned hospitality professional with over 14 years of progressive leadership experience in the hotel operations and management across West Africa, particularly within the global recognition hotel brands and group. Renowned for his operational excellence, strategic insight, and passion for service delivery, Alex has consistently demonstrated the ability to drive performance, enhance guest satisfaction, and achieve sustainable business growth. There's more. His tenure as director of rooms and property has marked him a point where everyone will have to reckon with him by transformative achievements, including 116.61% revenue growth between 2023 and 2024, improved occupation rates, and guest satisfaction scores exceedingly over 90%. Interesting, Alex. A recipient of the Most Admired Room Manager, Division Manager in Africa 2024, great award, we must say. Alex has also earned reputation for cultivating high-performance teams and fostering a culture of excellence. His leadership philosophy is rooted in collaboration, empowerment, and innovation. This and many more. I can go on and on. Mr. Alex, welcome to the show. Are you there?
Thank you so much, Valentine. It's good to have you.
Pleasure is mine. Pleasure is mine. I hope I was able to give a very clear description of who the wonderful person I have in the studio with me via Zoom is.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. So like you know, our show is designed to focus on different segments, but very more importantly, focus on the fact that those sectors and those industries that need touchlighting comes to bear. And on this table right here, we talk about it. And today, we're talking about, like you know, the hospitality sector. And our topic, like you know already, hospitality industry as a catalyst for Africa's growth. How are you doing, Mr. Alex, first and foremost?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Thank you so much for having me once again, Valentine. It's good to be on your show. Yes.
Pleasure's ours. Pleasure's ours. Although we wish that your image was a bit brighter than it is right now. Maybe a bit of light could have helped so that we can see you clearly, but it's okay. We can still go with this. If you can put some light on your face a little bit, so we can see you clearly. Because the world is watching you, Alex.
Much better.
All right, fine. It's okay now. If we can manage this, that's great. That's great. Okay, so let's jump into this. The multiplier effect, all right, beyond hotel walls. Because today I want to talk about not just hotels, the food, the business around it. I want to talk about the areas of tourism and, of course, the rooms and everything that makes hotel what it is. But let us start with this first, which is this. Beyond the multiplier effect, right, the rooms and the walls. Tell us, we often think of hospitality as just hotels and restaurants. But as a catalyst, right, its impact ripples across the globe, because people travel from around the world. So let us know very quickly, okay? Do you see it as a major contributor to agriculture, construction, transportation? How does all these areas, right? How does hospitality help all these areas to actually make more sense?
All right, thank you very much, Valentine. Let me first say a very good afternoon to all your viewers
Right.
across the globe. I believe at the end of this session, they will have picked a lot of things from our discussion so far. And you have a wonderful show. And
Thank
this
you.
will go a long way to benefit your viewers across the globe. Thank you so much for having me once again.
Pleasure's mine.
All right, let's go straight to the point. Yes, the hotel industry or the hospitality industry is.
Are you there? It appears the network is a bit of an issue, but okay, we have you back again. Go ahead.
All right. So when you look at the multiplying effects of the hotel industry, most of the time, just like you said, people think it's just the hotel or restaurants or the casinos or the bars, because all these are part of the hospitality industry. But the real power of our industry lies in what the economists call the multiplier effect, and that's what we're going to look at.
Okay.
Now, before a single hotel is established in one particular location, of course, you have your architects, you will have the construction workers, you will have electricians, you will also have, of course, the bricklayers. You already have a job in place for these people, even before the hotel opens. So these people are local participating teams in the community. And when these people are part of it, they get paid. A lot of lives depend on them. And when the hotel is opened as well, then you bring in your staff, the formal sectors, the informal sectors, and all that. They play particular roles in ensuring that the hotel runs properly. And don't forget, the hotel will be supplied with food, will be supplied with meats, will be supplied with vegetables. And these are local farmers in the community.
Like all the foods we see in our pictures and everything we see when we go to hotels.
Yes. So they all benefit from this. Even the transport operators also benefit from the airport transfers to the logistics and the tour operations.
I want to ask you, when it comes to food, right? What's the basic, what's the focus on food when it comes to hotels, really?
All right, thank you very much. You have your fresh foods, just like your meat, your vegetables, your lettuce, from your farm produce. You have local farmers around. They feed the hotel with their produce. And in turn, the hotel also pays them for their produce. So these farmers also benefit. And at the end of the day, it also adds to the GDP of the country. So they don't necessarily, how would I call it, get paid by the government. They benefit from the hotel.
The hotels.
So these are some of the things local communities benefit when a hotel is being established. And we call it the multiplier effect or the rippling effect. Don't also forget the government also will take their taxes.
Okay.
All
right. I mean, you have it well packed. You must appreciate the fact that you're well loaded when it comes to the information on the other areas where hospitality adds and creates business. You just spoke about the benefit of hotels when it comes to food, those who supply food. We saw some pictures of food, food being prepared on TV there, which is good because it helps to create that multipliers effect, like we said. Let's jump into this next one. It says, beyond the safari and beaches, right? Tourism. How does hotel add value to tourism? I mean, we've seen some pictures of tourism also in the past. We've seen places, videos, but do you see hotels as an integral part that adds value to tourism?
Yes. In a long way, yes, of course. Yes. When you say tourism, it's not just the destination as well. It's about accommodation.
Right.
Now you have a tourist visiting a destination. The tourist will need to lodge. If there is no accommodation, there's no way you can have guests or you can have customers patronizing the destination. When I say destination, I mean your places of interests. Those are your castles, those are your art galleries, the sightseeing, the Olumo Rocks.
Like Obudu Ranch in Nigeria and every other ranch or tourist destination in Africa.
Exactly. So accommodation is usually an integral part of tourism. So if you don't have accommodation, how will people lodge? How will your customers lodge? How will tourists lodge? So it plays a major role in ensuring that destination is profitable for local residents. And when you have an accommodation as well, of course, like I said, the rippling effect. you have the local people, the local community benefiting from it. Because without a hotel, they cannot sell their farm produce. Without a hotel, you will not find people running the hotel. And you have what we call the local participation content that we have in there. So these are some of the things we need to look at. So that is how tourism can really benefit from the hotel industry across the globe. Thank you.
Interesting. You know, we cannot complete this show without asking areas that we know that even if you shut your eyes, right, you can always get it right, which has to do with rooms. What would you say is the ideal design for a room, and what kind of effect do you expect your guests to get if they come into a room? What are the things that need to be in place? You know, the ambience. As someone who's a professional hospitality, person, what kind of things should anyone who's a guest expect, and why? How does it help their well-being and all that?
And I think your line went off for a while. Could you please come up again?
Okay, so I was talking about the benefit of the rooms on the well-being of the guest, who in return can obviously be able to think well, do their business well. Why is that part so important to look into? Are you there? I think we've lost them. Are you there, Mr. Alex? So I think we lost him for a second. Probably the network or something. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have him back on. You're still right here on BDTV. Don't get it a bit twisted for any reason. It is industry focus. And of course, our guest, Mr. Alex, has been giving us all the details surrounding hotels and the benefit it throws into the GDP and the continent as a whole. Don't go, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It is still industry focus. Like everything's on real time. So real time it is, and we give you that program that you need right here on BDTV. We're still talking to our guest, Mr. Alex, hospitality professional. Mr. Alex, are you there?
I'm with you.
Fantastic. So I was focusing on the benefit of the value the rooms of hotels give guests, that will enable them to be well rested so they can face their business and add value to GDP. So why are the rooms quite important? As in, which area, what do you think a basic room should look like that will help the psyche of a guest?
Yes, you see, one of the things you need to look at, the rooms are very important. Now, various destinations come with their own type of accommodation needed in a particular destination. You cannot have a 5-star hotel situated in a destination hidden in a village.
Right.
Most of the 5-star, 4-star hotels are in the city. So you look at the demand, you look at the market and the demand needed in that destination. Now, in the safari, you need a camp. In a destination like a safari, you need a camp. And when you say a camp, it doesn't necessarily mean a 5-star hotel. So the destination will determine the kind of accommodation being needed or the kind of rooms befitting the destination. And that is why I say the tourism and the accommodation aspect of it, they work together hand in hand. They are interwoven, they are intertwined. So whatever tourism you have in a particular destination, whatever sightseeing, the environment, the community, whatever it is that you have there, that is important. The accommodation aspects is worth looking to. Else, you will overcharge. Some of the guests might not even end up coming to that location. That's why it's very important. The rooms are very, very important. The type of rooms and the type of hotel you build in that destination is very, very important.
Okay. We hear you clearly, and you're adding a lot of value, and you're hitting the nail on the head. Let's jump to this next question, very key, and it's focused on the regional integration and competitiveness, right, of several hotels, and at the same time, the kind of value it adds to the GDP. So let's look at this. Looking at the continent's GDP as a whole, growth targets, right? Because we're a business television, and we like to look at the benefit, business benefit it brings to the table. How can African nations move from competing to collaborating? For instance, could a unified visa scheme create a tourism corridor that allows a visitor to experience the markets of Nigeria, the industry of Ghana, the wildlife of Botswana, and the beaches of Kenya in one trip? As someone who is a professional in the hospitality sector, I know you know one or two in tourism. Do you see this thing happening in the future? How could such Pan-African, cooperation directly boost the GDP of each participating country?
That's an excellent question, and a very important one for the Africa's growth story as well. Right now, let me tell you this. Many of our nations are actually competing for the same tourists, the same investors, and the same limited global attention.
Right.
But let me tell you this, Valentine. The truth is, Africa's strength lies in the diversity. And if we connect our strengths and instead, we collaborate instead of competing, then we can't have a win-win situation. Collaboration is very important and not competing against each other. Now, let me give an example. Let's say a unified visa scheme, which could be called a tourism corridor, like what we see with the Schengen ecosystem. You know about the Schengen visas, where
of course,
you can hop from one European country
most definitely
to the other. This could be very transformative. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine a traveler flying into Lagos for business, now then visiting Ghana for culture and maybe, let's say, history. Botswana have a lot of wildlife, you know that. And Kenya also for its beaches. Now you have a traveler moving from this destination to this destination, all under one simplified visa.
Of course. And we see those travelers on TV, we see them on, with their bags at airports and everything.
Exactly. So that single decision would instantly multiply travel volume, because I don't need to seek another visa from one country to the other. It's a seamless situation. And that impact on GDP will be significant, because tourism is an economic chain, you know that. More travelers mean more flights, more hotel nights, and more local products sold. And that's how to be GDP of a country. Because more taxes will be generated at home.
Right.
Because when you have the volumes.
All right, Mr. Alex. We hear you clearly, and we appreciate the words that you're using that give anyone out there who is thinking about tourism, right, the right idea and the time to jump in. Very quickly, let's jump to our next segment, which is deal or no deal, right? I'm sure you heard about the stakeholders in hospitality industry, right? They've called for a more structured and improved system that will attract foreign investment, create jobs, and strengthen the country's economic value chain. Do you see this as a deal for Nigeria and Africa as a whole, or do you think that they are just wasting time? A deal or no deal?
Well, that's a very good one. I'm glad you brought this up.
Right.
So I mean, it's a deal.
Okay.
See, one thing we must look at is there must be proper structure in place if we really need to harness our hospitality industry. Now, a lot of people actually see the hospitality industry as a stepping stone. Now, you don't get the right personnel to run the hotel. It's not just the hotel, the restaurants, the casinos, the bar. They are not people culture. When I say people culture, I'm in for money and get out of the industry. So we lack some of these things, training as well. So we need people to come on board to ensure the right structures are put in place. Just like you said, the convener, Mr. Jonathan Hansen, in fact, I really listened to him a lot when he was giving his speech, and he really made a point. The hospitality industry should be seen as what I want to do.
Right.
It's passion. It is not just I want to make money and leave. But when the proper training, the proper structure is put in place, that is why some brands will tell you, take care of your staff and they will take care of your guests.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
How do you take care of your staff? Better salary, better healthcare, better insurance, better incentives.
Mm-hmm.
When your staff are happy, your guests are happy.
When your staffs are
So
happy,
we
your
like
guests are happy. Mr. Alex, I know you have a
exactly.
lot to say, and we cannot exhaust everything in this show. We'll probably do a part 2 in the future, because I tell you, you have said it, and I must say, whoever it is out there who is hoping and wishing to get into the hospitality sector has learned one or two. Mr. Alex, I want to thank you because of time. We do have other things coming up, but I tell you, we'll call upon you again, and when we do, hope you will answer us again.
I'm with you. I'm
All
with
right.
you, 100%.
All right, fantastic. Up next, we do have something called retrospect, and it goes this way, because we like to look at everything in total. Now, retrospect on Nigerian real estate industry so far. It says here, in retrospect, African hospitality has historically been a core cultural value, while Nigeria's modern hospitality industry is a significant economic driver, facing challenges like infrastructure and regulatory hurdles, despite a decline in recent development pipelines, and of course the industry sector potential for growth through government initiatives, local tourism development, and strategic partnership, which could help overcome issues within institutional hindrances. In other words, with everything the hospitality sector is going through, there's still room for change. Do you agree, Mr. Alex? Are you there?
I do agree with you. I do agree.
Okay, so on this note, we want to thank you 100% for being with us, Mr. Alex. We cannot thank you enough. Our guests, our listeners are also there, and viewers saying a big thank you. I see their messages as they send messages, and we are thanking you also. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex, for being with us. We hopefully will do again another part 2 of this sometime in the future. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been wonderful having you guys watch us right here. We are BDTV, and like they say, when it comes to business and you want your business to strive, you should start your day with BusinessDay. And this has been wonderful with you guys watching us, most definitely on Industry Focus. Until next week Saturday, or better still, next week Tuesday, I will be, and I am still, Onyeka Valentine. Keep watching BDTV. Bye-bye for now.